Stephanie Bain, I have a books. I'm a book nerd. There's so many books. Hello everyone, today's video is my TBR for February. Now, my TBR is kind of all over the place because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books I definitely want to read. So those are the only books I'm like putting on my legit I need to read these this month TBR. And if I have more time and I actually do read more, I have 4 other books here that I wouldn't mind adding. So let's talk first about the ones that I do want to like legit read. The first one is War of the Witches by Maite Carranza. I am halfway through the book, but I stopped reading because I'm a moron. I'm on page 175. I don't have that much left, and I really was enjoying it, but I was in a reading slump at that time, and this helped me get out of it, and then I started reading something else. But I want to just finish this already. I want to see what happens, and then, you know, that kind of stuff. I definitely want to read Paper Towns by John Green. You guys already know how I feel about John Green. I really only like The Fault in Our Stars. Didn't like Looking for Alaska. Couldn't get into An Abundance of Catherines, but I've heard I've heard great things about all of his books. So hopefully this is one of those that I actually really like. I want to read it and put it on my little shelf next to his other 2 books that I have there. So fingers crossed I like it, but I really do want to read this because I know the movie doesn't come out for a minute, but it will be coming out eventually, and I would rather read the book than vice versa. I also would like to read, because my friend told me I have to read it, and I own it, so why the heck not? And that is One Day by David Nichols. I have obviously seen the movie about 1,000,000 times and had my heart broken about 1,000,000 times, but I hear, like, she told me it's 10 times worse in the book, so, you know, good friends as they are, a book breaks their heart, and we just like to pass it on. So I will definitely be diving into this puppy, and I'm kind of in the mood for a romancy type book. I don't read those often, but I'm definitely in the mood for it. And second to last book I'm definitely going to read this month. I did do the whole, like, top 10 books I want to read in 2015. And every month I'm going to attempt to, like, pick one out of that stack. So for this month I'm going to be reading The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. It's, like, long, but, you know, I'm totally sure I can just go through it. But I've heard nothing but absolutely amazing things about this book, so I should probably read it and then form my own opinion on it, and then I can share it with you guys. But I will definitely be reading this month. And the last one that I will definitely be reading, but there's a little bit of backstory to it, is City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. This beautiful hunker of a book. God, this book is kind of like ginormous. Even though it doesn't weigh like some others, and it may not have the most pages, it's definitely one of the fattest, like, single books that I have. It's just because these pages are thick. Now, what I mean by there is a backstory to City of Heavenly Fire is because, obviously, from what everyone says, you should read the Infernal Devices trilogy first before finishing or getting into this book at all. I have tried so hard, and I think that was my 2nd or 3rd time getting into Clockwork Angel, and I just can't because I want to know what happens in the Mortal Instruments. Like, I want to know what happens with them and their world and all that stuff before I start another one in another world in another time with different characters. I would really like to close this chapter of Cassandra Clare's book. So, yeah, I don't care if I'm going to get spoiled or whatever. That doesn't stop me from reading books anyway, so why would it stop me from this one? I'm going to go ahead and read this and love it. And just, I need to. And then eventually, I will read Infernal Devices. Now, the other books that I may or may not read, it just depends on if I'm in the mood for it or if I have time and all this other stuff. The first one is Clockwork Angel. I'm only 50 pages in, or 42, something like that. I don't remember. But I obviously do need to read this eventually, so this is on my backup list of TBRs. Books. You know. I also would like to read Born Wicked by Jessica Spotswood. The cover is really intriguing. The idea of the story sounds really awesome. And I just wouldn't mind getting into it. Something about it's just like calling my attention. So why the hell not, right? Right. I also want to read the second book in the Dexter series by Jeff Lindsay. And this one is Dearly Devoted Dexter by Jeff Lindsay. This is the second book. And I read the first one and loved it. And I just haven't read the second one. And this one's really short. So it really won't take like a million years to read it. So again, if I have time, I'll do it. And the last one that I probably won't get to, but it is on my mind, so I might as well show it to you, is to finish Endgame, The Calling by James Frey and Nils Johnson Shelton. I had a hiccup. Yep. Again, I'm only 98 pages in. It was getting really good when I stopped, but I just wasn't in the mood for dystopian at the time. And this is like badass, and I was reading something else. I don't remember. But I do want to finish this, so hopefully I will pick it up this month and finish it. If not, I will definitely do it in March. But I may just read little bits of it at a time. I'm not 100% sure. So those are the books that I plan to read this month. Hopefully I can read at least the ones that I'm like for sure about. It's only, what, 5 books? Let me make sure. Yeah, there's only 5 books on my like absolute need to, and one of them is halfway done already, so that really should be no problem at all. I'm really excited to read these books. The ones that I have here, I'm just like super excited about. I don't know which one I'm going to read first. I'm thinking of City of Heavenly Fire, but I just finished reading a book that took a lot out of me. And I mean like a lot out of me because it's like it took me a minute because I didn't want it to end. And I know that's how I'm going to be with City of Heavenly Fire. So I might save that for like the end of the month when I'm already being a little lazy. And try to go through the quicker reads first. So I'm between Paper Towns and War of Witches right now. I'm probably just going to go for Paper Towns. Why not, you know? Just do it. So yeah, I better be able to do this. If not, I'm going to be really disappointed in myself. But I hope you guys have great books to read this month, and look out for my Golden Sun book talk. I'm literally just like squealing and crying about all the things that happen in the book. So hopefully you guys read it so you can see me act like a fool throughout the whole thing. Like, you guys have no idea the feels that I had for that book were freaking insane. But anyway, I may or may not go film another video because I have time, but I'm also getting really sleepy and I kind of do want to read now. The struggle is real. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!